from Fun2BFit. I have 5 techniques that I would love you to practice throughout the week. So the first one is, the reason I've picked these is people have asked about them all the time, especially the first one that I'm going to show you, the shuffle. Or it's also called Charleston because it is the basic action that we do if we were dancing the Charleston and at 1920 stance. Now, before I'll show you the techniques, we just remember that we call this one the shuffle, and it's in our dance monkey, and it's in that dance. Okay, so what 2 things we need to know. Number 1 is this is the movement. You're up on the balls of your feet. So this part of your foot, we're up on that part of our foot, and we need to swivel from side to side. Now both feet are not moving in the same direction. They're actually moving in the opposite direction. So your knees are in, your toes are in, your heels are in, your toes are out. And I'm not on the flat of my foot, I'm not up on my toes, I'm just on the balls of my feet. So twist, twist, in, out. So this is the first action. If you can do this motion, you are on the way to getting your shuffle. The second motion or technique that we need to know is step, tap, step, tap. Now you just, so you're stepping forward, stepping back. I can turn this way. You can start with the left, you can start with the right, whatever makes you feel most comfortable. Now, sometimes a good idea is just to move one foot at the beginning. So just put the right foot forward and back. So you tap. Now, when you do the tap, the toes are facing out. So we're not tapping and putting the toes in. When you tap, toes are out. Tap, 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 tap. So I'm just doing the first leg. So tap, toes are out, tap, toes are out, tap, 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 tap. And then I can move the other leg forward and back and forward, and we have our shuffle. So the 2 things we need to know for a shuffle: up on the balls of our feet, and our step, tap, forward and back. So let's give it a go and see how we get on with our shuffle. Best of luck with that one. Second technique, number 2. This guy is also in our dance monkey. So it's like we're doing a jumping jack. Out, in, right arm, left arm, right arm, left arm. And guess what? We turn the body a little bit as well. When we try it, so we turn, bring it in, turn, bring it in, turn, bring it in, turn, bring it in. But this one is speedy. So we do bump, do bend. So you're bending on the out. You bend down, pop up, bend down, pop up, do, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and in, Very good. So that is really, really fast. Out, in, out, in, out, in. Brilliant. I see you're trying your absolute best with that one, and I guarantee you some of you have it already. So that's a real speedy one. Just remember to turn the body on the out, back to the front for the in. Then we turn it and in, out, in, out, in. And as we get better, we can speed it up. Okay, we're going to move on to a little bit of gymnastics. People always wonder how to do some of these gymnastic moves, and all they need is a step in the right direction. So we're going to start off today with our handstand actually, and we're going to start off with the handstand. Now the main thing we need to remember, and you must remember this for your cartwheel as well, is your lunge. Remember those lunges that we did in our warm-ups? Those lunges are very important for gymnastics. You lunge forward and then you go in to your movement. Because what happens is sometimes we go up and we go straight down. We're too far away from the ground. You can hurt your wrists. We definitely don't want that to happen. Now, if you're practicing this for the first time, or even even if you've tried it before, it still would be a good idea if an adult was with you, just for the first while. So what happens is we're going to lunge forward, so we're going to lean up against the wall. Now some people might prefer to lunge forward on the right leg, or it may be more comfortable to lunge forward on your left. And as you do, you're lunging forward, those fingers, like when we're doing our push-ups, are spread out. They're spread. We don't want them close together, we want them all spread out so we have lots of balance, and they're going flat on the ground. And as they go on the ground, we then kick up that back leg. So remember, we lunge, fingers spread out, plant them onto the ground and not too close to the wall. We leave maybe an inch and we kick up. Good. And we hold ourselves. So kick down then at any time that you like, or you can try and come out from the wall and see, can you balance all by yourself. So that is our handstand. Remember that lunge down, get down nice and low, 2 hands on the floor, and we kick up the legs. Number 4, or the second gymnastics move that we're going to do, is our headstand. So again, you can do this one up by the wall if you like, or you can do it in the middle of the floor. Just make sure you have something nice for your head. We don't want to hurt your head. Now there's 2 ways. Again, if you're using your hands straight on the floor, they must be spread out. Your weight is going to be on this part of your head and those hands. We don't want the weight on the head. You're going to hurt your neck. So those hands are taking and arms are taking that weight again. We are rolling from our forehead up and our 2 hands out. So my hands are on the floor, they're taking my weight, and I'm going to start off with putting my knee up on my elbow and the other guy. So we just balance like this for now, just to see how that feels. And if that feels good, we then can put the legs together and put them straight up in the air. Okay, and then slowly down and back down again. Another technique, sometimes we like to put the hands like here and down. So sometimes people like to do this one. Okay, and that's okay too. And you can kick up straight this time. And we come down again in our own time. Now that one can also be done up against the wall. And remember, have an adult present, or maybe an older brother and sister to give you a hand. The last one we're going to do today is our cartwheel. I did try to do it in here earlier on, and I just didn't have enough space. It was too dangerous. So I've decided we're going to go outside for the cartwheel, just so that we know the technique and I can show you properly. What we need to remember for the cartwheel, we're lunging forward again. Some of you may like to lunge forward on your right leg. Some of you may like to lunge forward on your left leg. So it's up to you, whichever feels more comfortable. If you decide to lunge forward on your right leg, the first hand that will touch the floor is your right hand. So we're going to lunge forward on our right. Your right hand touches the floor, and if you notice, my hands are facing up this way. Then my left hand, they don't go like this in front, otherwise I'm going to flip straight over. I want to turn to the side. So when I'm upside down, I'm like a star, like my jumping jacks, and my face is going to be facing, so if I'm starting off on my right, my head is going to be facing the left. If I start off and lunge with my left, put my left and then my right, my head, when I'm upside down, is going to be facing over to the right. So remember, right leg, right, right, left, and left. That's the order. If I'm going with my left leg, left, left hand, right hand, and left. So are we ready? I'm just going to take us outside, and it's a very good idea to put little markers down. Now I have cones outside. You don't need cones. You can use jumpers, you can use a shoe, you can use whatever you like just to leave it down. And the reason I have, one is from where my foot should go, one is where my hand, and one is where my other hand should go. Now just remember again, I'm not jumping up and going straight down into it. I'm going to hurt those poor wrists. I'm going to lunge forward and take the pressure off as much as possible. Are you ready to go outside? Let's go. So this is when I lunge with my left leg. This is my most comfortable way. So I'm going to lunge with my left. My left leg is down. Then I'm going to put my left hand down where the orange cone is. My right hand is going to go where the yellow cone is, and I'm going to kick over. So ready, we step. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that is if I'm going with my left. Now, if you happen to prefer your right, that feels more comfortable, I'm going to lunge with my right. My right hand goes with the orange, and my left hand. Remember, my hands are facing this way, not straight forward. They're facing, my fingertips are facing the cone. So this is if I'm lunging with my right. I lunge, 2, 3, and up. And that is our cartwheel, and happy practicing. Actually, I just remembered an easy trick as well, if you just want to get that kick over, is to possibly practice on a chair. So if you want to just get used to doing that kick over, I'll just grab a chair and show you what I mean. I'm just going to give you an example. So if I'm practicing, if I just want to practice that kick over, I'm a bit scared. Now my legs aren't going to go up high, but I'm going to hold both sides. I'm going to have my left hand down, my right hand, and kick over. So it's just an easy way to practice. So I'm going to step into it, lunge in, and kick over, so we can feel the motion, and then we can work towards getting it right on the ground. Happy practicing, everybody, and we'll see you for our dance-a-thon tomorrow. Can't wait. Bye bye.